We're very supportive of that. What happened in Delaware, the judge ruling and basically taking the vote away from us, the shareholder. We voted for that pay package, 73% of shareholders did. And to have the judge kind of thinking that she is reading the minds of directors and independents, dependents, whatever. I just think, as I said in a post on X, I think it's un-American, it's anti-investor, and it's an insult to the board of directors of Tesla. So totally supportive of that move.
Are you supportive of Elon Musk's requests or demands or whatever you want to call it to get more voting shares? Or as he says, he'll take some of his technology elsewhere? Or do you feel as though Tesla's sort of being held hostage to that demand?
I do not feel that. Being involved in disruptive innovation and only disruptive innovation, we know that we need visionary leaders who will stand up to short-term oriented shareholders and be able to execute their vision with the right technologies at the right time. And Elon Musk is the inventor of our age, and he is also our Renaissance man. So I'm always surprised at the pushback he receives. And I do think that 25, he's not asking for any more economic interest, it's voting interest. And for many of our companies, we are supportive of super voting rights because we know the visionary leaders, we go through periods of volatility and they just need to be able to execute upon their vision, not be thrown off by boards of directors who are listening to short-term oriented shareholders and swayed by them.
As you just saw, famed investor Cathie Wood passionately defends Elon Musk's massive $56 billion Tesla compensation package, despite a Delaware judge overturning it after a shareholder lawsuit alleged conflict of interest. In Wood's view, visionary executives like Musk require flexibility from short-term focused critics. She argues the package incentivizes transformational risk-taking across industries, yet concerns persist whether such an astronomical award was necessary or set appropriately. Does this pay deal constitute an egregious abuse of power or justified incentive for innovation? Stay tuned as we analyze both perspectives on this controversial saga. Elon Musk is no typical CEO. His bold endeavors with Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink and beyond compel significant slack when judging corporate governance norms. Visionaries taking enormous personal risks to profoundly transform industries rarely follow conventional paths. So when examining Musk's hotly debated $56 billion pay package, perspective is needed. Transformational innovations generating mass public benefit in clean energy, space exploration and health require patience from short-term shareholders seeking immediate returns. Tesla's very board knows this better than outsiders. They approved this package precisely to incentivize Musk's ambitious long-term roadmap. As Cathie Wood argues, they deserve respect as those closest to the issues, not second-guessing by judges claiming insight into directors' motivations. Was this package necessary for Tesla's success? Given their trajectory before and after approval, most signs point to yes. Tesla's astronomical growth likely does not happen without retaining Musk's singular leadership for the long haul. And shareholders themselves voted overwhelmingly to give him flexible leeway to carry out this grand vision. In essence, Musk earned this pay package through tireless innovation benefiting society, not greed or exploitation. Does he not deserve just fruits for his victories against naysayers while transforming multiple industries? If we overly constrain visionary talent, collective progress pays the price. Some corporate governance norms certainly hold merits. Yet applying rigid standards equally across exceptional outliers and typical executives constitutes a blunt instrument. Nuance matters when evaluating those charting new territory in business and technology. In the end, Musk has supervision where it counts. His decisions remain accountable to an independent board and long-term shareholders focused on Tesla's multi-decade potential, not just next quarter. This collective wisdom of stakeholders closest to the issues should trump any individual judge's isolated objections. For sustainable innovation, exceptional leaders sometimes warrant exceptional arrangements. Rather than outrage over an eye-popping pay number without context, the appropriate response is nuanced analysis from those who recognize Musk's rare talents. His packages incentivizes him to take risks most would avoid, generating public goods enabling better futures for all. Of course, Musk has his fair share of critics regarding his outsized pay package. At first blush, the sheer enormity of the $56 billion deal sparks justified outrage. It dwarfs the combined compensation of America's 200 top-paid CEOs in 2021. Additionally, some shareholders argue the hard performance targets were set relatively low, making payouts almost a foregone conclusion rather than truly at-risk pay. And they contend Musk dictated many terms due to his influence, rather than the board bargaining at arm's length to protect shareholder interests. These concerns are reasonable at a surface level. However, upon closer examination, counterarguments arise weakening the critics' stance. Firstly, while the nominal pay figure appears outrageous, Musk's compensation represents just a fraction of the total value he has created for Tesla shareholders. Their stock is up well over 1,000% since this package's implementation. So, in an economic sense, this deal proves extraordinarily cost-effective, not excessive. Secondly, the benchmarks tying pay to performance actually did meaningfully incentivize Musk to guide Tesla to greater heights. Attaining 12 separate revenue, market cap, and operational milestones demonstrates clear added growth above and beyond what Musk alone was likely to achieve. So again, shareholders won big here. Finally, close collaborators like Cathie Wood attest that Tesla's independent board dynamically engaged Musk in negotiating for the public's benefit. Directors liaise constantly on ambitious targets rather than rubber-stamping anything put forth, so characterizations of governance failures seem overblown. In essence, Musk has more than earned his keep. With SpaceX, Neuralink, and Tesla itself, he steers multiple world-changing companies. His pay package fits the unusual nature of his talents and ambitions. Constraining iconoclastic creators contradicts the flexible environments where they thrive best. Rather than reflexive outrage, nuance is needed. Evaluating visionary leadership, incentivization structures, and governance responsibilities involves many trade-offs lacking universal answers. But the collective wisdom of shareholders and directors close to the issues is worth heeding, not second-guessing from those lacking proper context. Stepping back, this issue underscores deeper debates around incentives, accountability, and visionary leadership in the corporate world. How do we give unconventional talent like Musk the creative leeway to transform entire industries, without checks and balances enabling potential overreach? Balancing these priorities involves complex trade-offs without universal solutions. Strict governance adherents argue visionaries shouldn't receive special treatment deviating from norms protecting shareholders. But for sustainable innovation benefiting the wider public, some flexibility may be warranted when evaluating generational creators on new frontiers. Perhaps an approach aligning stakeholder interests proves most prudent. Tie executive compensation directly to ambitious stretch goals across financial, operational, societal, and environmental metrics. Then conduct regular reviews ensuring execution serves all constituents beyond merely shareholders. This allows visionaries room for experimentation while keeping leaders accountable to collective impacts over myopic self-interest. Here, independent board oversight remains essential for course-correcting where necessary without overly constraining organic growth trajectories. In essence, no single bright-line rule or policy will optimize divergent priorities when navigating visionary leadership and governance responsibilities. Formulaic thinking fails in uncharted waters. But aligning stakeholder interests through balanced incentive structures and accountability to long-term benefit enables both ambitious innovation and responsible oversight. For figures like Musk directing multiple world-changing companies, we cannot apply one-size-fits-all standards for evaluating pay and performance. The scope of value generated warrants a more expansive view, but runaway excess unchecked by balanced governance invites understandable criticism. By aligning visionary leaders tighter with stakeholder interests beyond shareholders alone, sustainable practices emerge benefiting all. So in closing, while reasonable critiques exist on both sides, Musk's compensation stands upon defensible, balanced logic. His unmatched creativity and risk-taking warrants unprecedented incentives, overseen by directors accountable to long-term shareholders benefiting enormously from his visionary leadership. With transformational innovation benefiting society, we cannot force visionaries like Musk into narrow boxes. Some slack around governance formalities, allows maximal impact from unconventional creators, provided checks by independent boards aligned with stakeholders' collective interests, minimizes excess. Finding this optimal balance remains more art than science. But Tesla's board, accountable to a wide base understanding Musk's singular talents, deserves benefit of doubt here, absent overt negligence. Rather than reflexive takes for or against, we must apply nuance fitting the situation when evaluating extraordinary leadership and incentives. Absolute positions ignore the intricacies, but aligning visionary talent with oversight by those best positioned to represent public interests enables sustainable blended practices benefiting all.
Hope you found today's analysis helpful as you look for profitable new stock opportunities. This was InvestMinder. Remember, knowledge equals profit in the stock market. Thanks so much for watching, and please hit that thumbs up button if you got value from this video. Make sure you click to subscribe as well to get our next videos when we reveal the best new insider stock purchases. Invest wisely, trade carefully, and we'll see you next time. Disclaimer: InvestMinder is an independent stock market commentary channel for entertainment and basic informational purposes only. We are not licensed financial professionals and do not provide personalized investing or financial advice. P.S. If you stayed watching until here, you are awesome. Thank you for enabling me to keep making these videos with all the likes and subscribes. Have a great day, and we love you all.